After months of scrolling, you've landed on what looks like the perfect home in Dalton, Georgia. It has that charming front porch you've been dreaming of, a huge backyard for the kids and the dog, and the price? The price seems almost too good to be true. But what if there's a crack in the foundation that's about to turn your dream into a $20,000 nightmare? Or what if that sweet lady selling the house isn't actually the legal owner? These aren't just scare tactics. They're real and they can turn the biggest investment of your life into your biggest regret. I'm Josselin Iraheta with eXp Realty, a real estate pro right here in Northwest Georgia. My job isn't just to hand you the keys to a house. It's to help you find the right house and protect you from financial disasters that can hide behind a fresh coat of paint. Book a Calendly call to know how you can get started. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the most critical red flags you need to spot in your next housing deal. We'll expose everything from the silent destroyers lurking in the bones of a house to the paper trails that can lead to financial ruin. By the end of this, you won't just be a home buyer. You will be a savvy investor ready to spot these warnings from a mile away and buy with total confidence. The first and maybe the most tempting red flag is a price that feels like a lottery win. You see a home in a great Dalton neighborhood and it's priced tens of thousands of dollars below everything else nearby. Your first instinct is to jump on it before anyone else does. But hold on, in real estate, an unusually low price is rarely a stroke of luck. It's almost always a blaring siren. And in case you didn't know, the only way to overcome condition is through pricing. This is if the seller is not willing to fix or compensate for what needs to be fixed. Think about it. Sellers and their agents know exactly what a property is worth. If a home is priced way under market value, you have to ask, what's the catch? Often, that low price is bait meant to distract you from a massive, expensive flaw the seller hopes you overlook in the heat of the moment. We're talking about things like a failing foundation, a roof that's on its last legs, serious termite damage, or an old electrical system that's a genuine fire hazard. Now, sellers are legally required to disclose known material defects, things like foundation issues, electrical hazards, or severe damage. But here's the thing, disclosures law only cover what the seller knows. If something's hidden or they choose to forget it, that bargain price could become your nightmare. In the worst cases, a rock bottom price can even be a lure of a scam where the seller has no legal right to the property at all. So, what do? You don't just run away, but you definitely put on the brakes. Your first question should be, why is it listed so low? If the agent gets pushy or tries to rush you into a contract, that's another huge red flag. This is where your homework becomes your best friend. A home price like this needs more than just a standard inspection. You might need to call in a specialist, a structural engineer, a master electrician, a roofing contractor to uncover the real story that the price tag is trying to hide. Remember, if a deal looks too good to be true, it probably is. Now, let's talk about the red flag that strikes fear into every home buyer: structural problems. The foundation is the backbone of the house, and if it's compromised, everything on top of it is at risk. Here in Northwest Georgia, our famous red clay soil can be a real troublemaker. It expands when it gets wet and it shrinks when it's dry, and all that movement can cause a foundation to settle and become unstable. Fixing these issues isn't cheap. Repairs can run from a few thousand for minor cracks to well over 10,000 for serious problems that need hydraulic piers. The good news is you don't need to be an engineer to spot the warning signs. You just need to be a detective. Look for large, ugly horizontal and stair step cracks in the foundation, the brickwork, or the basement walls. The tiny hairline cracks can be normal settling, but big ones are a major warning. Inside the house, pay attention. Do doors and windows stick or refuse to close properly? That could mean the frame is being warped by a shifting foundation. See any gaps between the walls and the floor or the wall and the ceiling? Do the floors feel like they sag, slope, or bounce when you walk across them? Even a chimney that's leaning away from the house is a classic sign of foundation movement. If you spot any of these, don't automatically panic and bail, but you absolutely need to call in a pro. Don't let a seller or the agent brush it off with, "That's just the house settling." Get an independent structural engineer to come out, assess the situation, and give you a written report detailing the cost, the fix, and the cost. Ignoring these signs is a gamble you just can't afford to lose. If the foundation is a home skeleton, the water is its worst enemy. Water getting into a house is a relentless, destructive force that leads to mold, rot, and the big structural issues we just discussed. In Georgia, with our heavy rains and humidity, keeping water out is a constant battle. A home that's losing that battle is a massive red flag. Your first line of defense is your own senses. When you walk into a basement, a crawl space, take a good sniff. Does it smell musty, damp, or like an old laundry? That smell is a dead giveaway of a moisture problem, even if you can't see it. Look for water stains on ceilings and walls. Don't just glance at the middle of the room. Check the corners, peek inside the closets, and look under windows. Keep an eye out for efflorescence, which is a white, chalky powder on basement walls that screams, "Water has been seeping through here." The inspection continues outside. How does the land slope around the house? The yard should slope away from the foundation, guiding rainwater to the streets. If you see water pooling up against the house, that's a problem waiting to happen. Check the gutters and downspouts. Are they clean, doing their job, or are they clogged and overflowing? Those downspouts should extend several feet from the foundation, not just dump water right at its base. And finally, look at the crawl space is an absolutely must. It needs to be dry with no standing water. Ideally, it should have a vapor barrier on the ground to stop moisture from rising into the home. A damp, moldy crawl space can tank the air quality for the entire house and is basically a 5-star resort for termites. We're hitting on a lot of crucial stuff here, and I really hope you're finding it helpful. If you are, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe and like button below. It honestly helps the channel reach and protect more home buyers just like you. And stick around because our next red flag is an invisible danger that could be hiding right inside the walls. Some of the most expensive and dangerous red flags are the ones you can't see. The home's electrical and HVAC systems. Outdated or faulty systems aren't just an inconvenience. They are serious safety hazards that can lead to fires or leave you with massive, unexpected replacement bill. Let's talk electrical. In older homes, you might run into outdated wiring like knob and tube or early aluminum wiring. These systems were never meant to handle the demand of our modern lives. All our gadgets, giant TVs, and powerful appliances. This can lead to overloaded circuits, hot wires, and a serious risk of fire. Signs of a struggling electrical system includes lights that flicker or dim, a faint burning smell near the outlets, switches that feel warm, or breakers that trip all the time. Also, look for a lack of GFCI outlets. Those are the ones with the little test or reset buttons in the kitchens, bathrooms, and outdoors. They're a modern safety standard. A full electrical system replacement can cost thousands upon thousands of dollars, so you can't just simply ignore this. Just as important is the HVAC system, the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. In Georgia, a working AC isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. The first thing to check is the unit's age. Most HVAC systems last about 15 to 20 years. If the one you're looking at is getting up there in age, you need to plan on a very expensive replacement. very soon. Look for rust or corrosion in the unit, water leaks or dirty filters, all signs of poor maintenance. While you're at the showing, turn it on. Does it make a loud weird noise? Is the air coming out of the vents kind of weak or not very cold? These are signs the system is on its last legs. A professional inspection is essential to check out the furnace, the AC unit, and all the ductwork. Not all red flags are made of brick and mortar. Some of the nastiest problems are hiding in a stack of legal papers. A clouded title is a fancy way of saying the seller might not have the clear legal right to sell the property. And if you buy it, their problems become your problems. A title search is a deep dive into public records. It's supposed to catch issues before you buy. Some common title red flags are unresolved liens. A lien is a legal claim against the property for an unpaid debt. Think unpaid property taxes, a contractor who never got paid for a kitchen remodel, or even unpaid HOA dues. If the seller doesn't pay these off before the sale, the creditor could come after the new owner, you, for the money. Another huge issue is an ownership dispute. This can pop up after a divorce, a death in the family, or a bankruptcy where it isn't clear who the rightful owner is. You could also discover easements, which give someone else, like a utility company, the right to use a part of your property. And a missing or fuzzy property survey can lead to nasty boundary disputes with your neighbors. This is exactly why title insurance is one of the most important purchases you'll make. It protects you and your lender from these hidden issues that could pop up years after you've moved in. Never ever close on a property without a clear title search and a solid title insurance policy. We walk through a minefield of potential problems. Today, from the temptation of a low price and the quiet damage of water to foundation issues in our Georgia clay and the shocking dangers of bad wiring, it might feel like a lot, but my goal isn't to scare you away from buying a home. It's to arm you with knowledge. The goal with this video isn't for you to stay away from homes like this, but for you to really understand what you're signing up for when you buy homes with the issues mentioned. Your dream home is out there, and knowing how to spot these red flags is what ensures it doesn't become an unexpected financial nightmare. Your own research is your shield, a professional inspection is your sword, and a trusted local expert is your guide through the battlefield. Buying a home, especially in Northwest Georgia market, is a huge undertaking. You don't have to do it alone. I'm Josselin Iraheta with eXp Realty. I'm here to be your advocate and to help you look behind the fresh paint and see the full picture so you can make an investment you'll love for years to come. If you're ready to start your home search with an expert in your corner, all my contact info is right below. Book a Calendly call with me directly through my Calendly link so we can talk about what you're looking for and how we can dodge these costly mistakes together. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, please subscribe to my channel for more real estate tips, and be sure to share this video with friends and family who are on their own house hunting journey. Invest smart, and thank you so much for watching.